Suspected Iceland cult members loyal to wanted David Gift aka Tubaba, who allegedly said the suspected cultists invaded the community at about 1 a.m. Sunday morning, where they killed two of his brothers and another person in his compound, while the brother to the deceased victim explained that 5 persons in total were killed in the community. He also said the suspected cultists told the community after the killings that the only condition for cultists to stop the killings is for the Nigeria police to release their sponsors and sympathizers as well as some chiefs in custody of the police before they will cease fire, while the native called on the River State government and the security agencies to do more in order to arrest the wanted cultists, as everybody is now living in fear. Another native who spoke on anonymity said the suspected cultists also accused some of the community natives killed of being police informants. Meanwhile, two of the hoodlums were killed in exchange of gunfire, which Ahoda Police Division that responded to distress call by the community, and the spokesperson for the River State Police Command, SP Grace Urinji Koko, said investigations are ongoing in the incident. In Bayelsa State, the INEC said the results from Brass and Southern Ijaw local government areas of Bayelsa State will be announced on Monday, today. The head of Department Voter Education and Publicity, INEC Office Yenagua, Mr. Wilfred Ifoga, announced to state party agents, election observers, and journalists on Sunday that the collation of results will continue today. Ijaw Youth Council has decried the killing of George Sibo, a middle-aged man who was reportedly shot in the head at the governorship election collation center in Brass local government area headquarters. A statement issued on Monday and signed by the spokesperson Bedford Berafa, the IYC, described the incident as an unfortunate senselessness and unreasonable attack on an unarmed youth by political thugs, adding that Sibo, popularly known as Kobo Kobo, served as an aide to Brass local government chairman Hanston Alabo Karika, stressing that the incident marked by a fatal attack is believed to have been orchestrated by purported loyalists to specific party candidates. The group also said it is deeply concerned about the escalating political violence, as such actions severely threaten the democratic process and the overall well-being of the state, and appealed to political actors to prioritize peaceful engagement and refrain from actions that would incite violence. In Kogi, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Usman Ododo, was declared the winner of the election with 446,237 votes. Announcing the result late Sunday night, the state returning officer, Professor Johnson Arama, the party went home with 560 votes cast. Meanwhile, the Independent Campaign Council of the Adodo and Joel Campaign Organization has congratulated Alhaji Ahmed Ododo on his victory in the Kogi state governorship election, after the Independent National Electoral Commission on Sunday declared Ododo of the All Progressive Congress the winner of the November 11th governorship election. According to the results announced by INEC, Ododo polled 446,237 votes to emerge victorious, and a statement signed by media director Jacob Eddy said the campaign council described Ododo's victory as authoritative based on the wide margin of votes secured to defeat other candidates. Governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Kogi State, Senator Dino Malaye, is demanding a total cancellation of the Kogi governorship electoral process, citing grave irregularities and compromised integrity within the People's Democratic Party, assessed that the elections were marred by significant flaws, particularly in 5 local government areas of Kogi Central Senatorial District, adding that election result sheets were in possession before the commencement of the election. Malaya further accuses INEC of deliberately and systematically obstructing the democratic process in key areas where the PDP won, especially in the Eastern Senatorial District, and points out that at the time of results collation, INEC officials shockingly claimed they had no result sheet, and the PDP, however, guarantees that they possess undeniable evidence supporting the fact that INEC made this claim in areas where PDP retained counsel. Barrister Gowodo Lumudi urged the relevant authorities to thoroughly investigate the allegations and ensure that those responsible for compromising the electoral process face the full force of law, noting that it is essential to restore faith in the electoral system and create a level playing field for all political parties, adding that Senator Dino Malaye and the Dean Governor as a passionate advocate for justice and transparency and commitment to push for positive change. for his inability to repay a business loan. Ofega was the founder and owner of Second Pot Restaurant located at Lobito Crescent, Wesi 2, Abuja, and it is believed he borrowed money to step up the business but has been unsuccessful to repay the debt, and was incidentally found dead in a hotel room in Garki on October 31st, 2023, following the consumption of a toxic substance suspected to be sniper. His friends admitted that Ofega once told them that he was struggling with depression but was not taken seriously, but after hitting colonies across Abuja city from January to October, the department also generated 2.5 billion naira and that these shanties and illegal developments were demolished in conjunction with the Ministerial Enforcement Task Force team and identified the affected areas as Kubusa, Kasuandare, Galadimawa Junction, Mabushi Scavenger Colony, and Gudu District along Oladipo Dia Way. Registrar of the Joseph Suwan Taka University, Makurdi, Benue State, Dr. John David, has rejected the high tuition charged by universities owned by churches, describing it as a huge obstacle that is making it difficult for children of their members to attend. David also criticized the current situation in the education sector in the country, lamenting that the value of education is gradually being devalued due to the alleged commercialization of education in the country. He disclosed this in a lecture he delivered at the weekend ahead of the 11th and 12th combined convocation of Wesley University, Ondo State, with the lecture titled Early Church Fathers as Panacea for Sustainable Development in Nigeria, adding that gradually and steadily the erstwhile sound Welcome back. This is The Transition on Atlantic Television Network. Now the rest of our stories. Senate President Godswill Akpabio says of the three arms of government, legislators are the most misunderstood and attacked by Nigerians, adding that Nigerians blame lawmakers for everything, including things not directly under their control. The Senate President, represented by the Senator representing Ogun Central, Shuaib Salisu, who disclosed this at the 100th birthday colloquium of a Second Republic lawmaker, Senator Kunle Oyero, organized by the Abokita Grammar School Old Boys Association in Abeokuta, Ogun State, said the one arm of government that people don't really understand and is always the subject of ridicule and attack is the legislature. Make appropriations, and those are the three things the legislator must perform. Operations Hija Fatima Aliko Dangote says the company is determined to eradicate the high youth unemployment in the country. Aliko Dangote, who disclosed this at the just concluded Lagos International Trade Fair during the Dangote Day, said the desire of the president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, was to assist the three tiers of government in eradicating poverty and also contributing to eradicating youth unemployment in the country. She noted that Dangote was the highest employer of labor. Meanwhile, Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, said his refinery has secured a license to refine more than 300,000 barrels of Nigerian crude per day and will begin to process gasoline soon. The refinery was supposed to start production in August but missed that target in addition to several other over the years, but Dangote insists that his refinery will start producing very, very soon. He said the refinery's first priority is to supply gasoline to Nigeria before exporting elsewhere, including the West African region. Former Director, Food Registration and Regulatory Affairs at the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Reverend William Effiok, is calling on bread makers under the aegis of the Premium Bread Makers Association of Nigeria to be prepared for better business opportunities in 2024 by complying with regulatory standards. Effiok stated this in Lagos at the 2023 Day Out of Premium Bread Makers Association of Nigeria, bringing together critical stakeholders in the baking industry to map out solutions to the nagging problems of bread baking, particularly given the economic downturn afflicting the country's manufacturing sector. Also speaking, the Director of Food Safety and Applied Nutrition of NAFDAC, Mrs. Eva Edwards, reiterated the agency's commitment to ensuring the standards and quality of its regulated products, adding that the business environment is experiencing some challenges, including fuel subsidy removal, exchange rates, must understand that safety standards and quality are not negotiable, despite all challenges confronting them. Edwards says that NAVDAC, under the leadership of the incumbent Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeye, was concerned with the challenges posed by the factors listed above and had introduced some intervention measures to ease the burden on stakeholders. And now to international tidbits. World Health Organization says Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza City is not functioning as a hospital anymore, and the constant gunfire and bombings in the area have worsened the already critical circumstances. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry said at least 2,300 people are still inside Al-Shifa in an update shared by the World Health Organization, while doctors said they fear the remaining 36 newborn babies needing intensive care treatment may die without prompt medical care. Israel says Hamas has a command center under Al-Shifa, which Hamas denies but insists it is not hitting the hospital during fighting. Meanwhile, the U.S. has carried out airstrikes on 2 Iranian bases in Syria, following attacks against its military personnel in Syria and Iraq, while Israel began striking Gaza after the Hamas attacks on 7th October, which saw 1,200 people killed and more than 200 taken hostage. The Hamas-run health ministry says more than 11,000 people have been killed in Gaza since, and out of whom more than 4,500 were children killed. President of India's capital Delhi woke up to smoky skies as air quality dropped after the festival of Diwali. People in the city burst crackers late into Sunday night despite a ban on fireworks levels, and this is coming after Delhi has been battling toxic air for weeks, with the government announcing an early winter break for schools in an effort to protect children. The city has high pollution through the air due to factors including vehicular emissions and dust, but the problem becomes worse in winter as farmers in neighboring states burn crop stubble, while low wind speed also trap pollutants, such as those produced by firecrackers in the low atmosphere, making it hard to breathe. Experts say prolonged exposure to high levels of pollution can cause discomfort and breathing difficulties for people, adding that it can also trigger skin and eye irritation and cause severe neurological, cardiovascular, and respiratory diseases like asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, bronchitis, lung capacity loss, emphysema, cancer, and increased mortality rates. Meanwhile, India's Supreme Court has banned the use of firecrackers during Diwali, only allowing greatly reduced emissions, adding that the Delhi government has also banned firecrackers during Diwali for the past 3 years. But there is little enforcement of the rule. The ban on fireworks has also developed political tones, with some arguing that it's an attempt to target Hindu festivals. And now to entertainment. Veteran Kannywood actor Usman